Exceptional value on offer. 1,450,000 are selling.
With property prices at record highs, it's a tough time to get a foot in the housing market.
I wouldn't want to be trying to buy my first home in this market.
There's a lot of people out there that are having to ask their parents, have the bank of mum and dad.
Interest rates are very, very powerful. And so as interest rates come down, it makes an enormous difference to young people.
But those hoping for more rate relief will have to wait a little longer, after the Reserve Bank left the cash rate on hold as expected at 4.1%.
We have made good progress on bringing inflation down and keeping unemployment low. This is a good position for the economy to be in as we approach a period of uncertainty. But we have to be careful not to get ahead of ourselves. Inflation pressures remain and cost of living pressures are still very real for many Australians.
A fact the Treasurer is well aware of as the government fights to avoid being voted out after just one term.
When we came to office, inflation and interest rates were both rising, and now inflation and interest rates are both falling. And this reflects the progress that we've made together.
The economy is still not where it needs to be, in order to bring down interest rates and to raise the standard of living of Australians.
The decision to leave rates where they are comes as Australia awaits news later this week on US President Donald Trump's tariff plan. How's the uncertainty around US tariffs affecting your decisions?
We're not seeing signs that we're being impacted by this. What will be important for us is particularly what happens with our major trading partners and China.
We have such a small direct relationship in terms of trading with the US that the direct impact of the tariffs are not going to, one, hit us too hard, or two, wouldn't be really changing the Reserve Bank's view.
Markets saw next to no chance of a rate move today, but since the decision was announced, the odds of a rate cut next month have fallen from over 80% to just over 70%.
I think the RBA can cut in May after what I think will be a good March quarter consumer price index report, and then again in August after the June quarter CPI, and I think that will confirm underlying inflation, is back in the band.
The rates decision comes as home values hit fresh highs in March, given a confidence boost by February's interest rate cut.
I think what we should be expecting is a really subtle rise in housing values, but a broad-based one.
Property prices climbed 0.4% nationally, with the median home value now over $820,000. Prices rose in all capitals except Hobart, which fell by 0.4%. Sydney was up 0.3% and Melbourne 0.5% in March.
We still have very unaffordable housing prices. Even though sentiment's rising, it's doing so from a low base. And we're also seeing some uncertainty around global trade wars and conflict as well.
CoreLogic's head of research, Tim Lawless, doesn't expect another boom anytime soon.
I think given the rate cutting trajectory is likely to be a fairly drawn out one, we're not really expecting housing prices to respond suddenly very significantly.
One piece of welcome news for those still struggling to break into home ownership.
Congratulations, sold!